Today on Attack of the Show, Superman returns, but will he get any love?
Fearless reporter Lois Lane is a mommy.
Our resident sex experts answer this burning question.
Is there something wrong with me?
As we go in your pants. And then catch up with legendary filmmaker John Landis. All this and more on a live and totally original Attack of the Show.
Drop the beat. Attack.
What's going on here?
Attack.
Think upon this.
Attack.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Crowd has a case of the Mondays. Everybody, welcome to Attack of the Show. It is Monday the 26th. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Kevin Pereira.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Olivia Munn. Watch out because we are live. Did you know that? We're live.
Clapping can
right
happen.
Now. It can.
It doesn't apparently because they're not paying attention, but it could happen.
I hope you guys had a great weekend. I was camping all weekend, which was awesome.
Now, were you roughing it, or did
I
you
was
have
actually roughing it. We were in a
the
tent that was.
BlackBerry?
No, everybody's phone was off. We were on a slope where we couldn't actually, I woke up in the tent, at the bottom of the hill. It was pretty much awesome.
Why did you sleep on a slope? Didn't you go you don't have to bring a level to figure it out. It's like maybe we should.
No, that's just how the campsite was. It was pretty awesome.
Okay.
It was so hilarious and awesome and sucked at the same time.
Great.
I loved
That's camping.
But I know. But I got back in town. I went online, and Click pulled in $40 million.
Yeah, congrats to Adam Sandler.
I know.
Congrats,
that's
buddy.
awesome.
Doesn't make films that I watch anymore, but
I know.
good job.
I know he does a lot of family movie stuff, but
Yeah, and I understand why. He's older. He's got
Yeah.
a kid now. I get it, but I still miss the Billy Madisons and the Happy Gilmores.
Yeah.
That's the Adam Sandler.
well,
that I
Adam
like,
Sandler still brings people in the box office, so
True.
he puts people in seats. But next weekend he might get killed by Superman.
Superman's
so
coming
we'll see.
out.
We'll
so.
see how good the movie is.
Yeah, we'll see how good the word of mouth is because he's going to
definitely.
need it.
Well, the box office is always big news,
Always.
and right now it's time to open our own version of the morning paper.
Oh, that's right. Strap your toolbar tight because we're going around the net.
Okay, television producer extraordinaire Aaron Spelling passed away last Friday night. Yeah, it's all very sad. But check out this guy's IMDb page.
If you look at it, the guy has made more television than I've ever seen.
I know. He has a long-ass list of credits. He had one of the most impressive careers in the entertainment industry, from Charm to 90210. I love 90210.
I know you do.
I loved it. When I was little, I had the Loving Luke book and the Just Jason, so I could learn all about my favorite guys.
You're
And
not
I wrote Luke Perry a letter and asked him to be my boyfriend.
You're not kidding either.
I'm not kidding. And I had a button that was so big you could either wear it on the back of your jacket or stand it up and sit on your desk.
Who puts a giant button on their jacket in the
I
90s?
did.
That sounds so
I did.
80s.
I did it.
Were you that cheesy in junior
loved
high
it.
or
I
high
loved
school?
it.
Whenever?
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that song?
You know what? Aaron Spelling made a lot of TV for girls like you, but he is responsible for scarring my childhood because my
What?
mother forced me to watch Seventh Heaven all the time.
Trying to make you a better
Yeah.
person?
Look, we could be this loving family. Like, no, you don't love Dad. They don't. Well, I'm just saying, there wasn't.
So you have a hard family life?
I had a rough
We can,
upbringing.
this is a couch and all, but let's just think about it
You want me to
later.
lay down? And
I don't want a therapy.
you can charge me
Not
hourly.
Right now.
Never mind. All right, now, if you don't know, Dig, it's a website, digg.com. We actually got a lot of news for our show from that site. It's a site where readers from all over the world get to submit news stories, and if your story gets enough digs, it makes the front page. Well, congratulations, Dig. They're now 3.0. Version 3 has been released.
Wow.
In addition to the site's snazzy little paint job, there's new categories so users can personalize the navigation bar by adding or removing unwanted categories. Used to be like a tech-centric site,
Yeah.
but now they've branched out into all sorts of news.
That's
so
amazing.
The
Well,
site's really going to explode.
And I hear our own Kevin Rose
That's right.
from back in the day is
Hey,
a big
Rose.
part of that.
Nothing but love.
I was actually, we were talking right before the show started, if we, there's .org, .net, .com, and we're going to come up with our own.
Yeah.
KV.
.kev.
.kev.
Essentially, because I will.
So I think that
corner
we
the
should just start
market.
using it. Does everyone out there start making websites and make it .kev?
.kev. Oh, we'll
Awesome.
talk to the registration services and see if they could do it. But in the meantime, congratulations, Kevin.
Congratulations. Now, if you guys are into paintball, which practically every man I know is, you'll definitely want to get your hands on this bad boy. Check it out. German paintball enthusiasts created a modified paintball gun that features, get this, Kevin, 2-triggered, 4-barreled paintball machine gun death machine.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's even a wearable backpack for nearly unlimited ammo and air pressure.
Wait,
I know, that's going to leave a bruise.
Look at the guy on the left. That's
I
not.
know, with a big pot belly.
That's a picture of a paintball enthusiast. No, running and diving behind cover. Look again. Like, no. Just give me
Yeah, show him,
giant machine
like,
guns.
That's all he needs, really.
He's working up a sweat just wearing the helmet. That's awesome.
Well, you know, they're really pretty cool, but they're just paintballs, guys. Let's just take it down a notch,
Yeah.
really.
I wish I could play. Too pretty.
You bruise like a
bruise
peach.
easy. I'm like a peach.
Come on, you're just so.
That's going to leave a mark for years. I'm going to have to say
You're
that I
so
fell down the stairs
sensitive.
again.
Aw.
All right, we move it on. Finally, folks, impressive video. Bad idea. I think that was the guy from the paintball picture.
Wait,
actually.
you know what? He's laughing not because he thinks it's funny, but because he's actually embarrassed. Big fat guy falling.
That's a great
That's
swan dive.
awesome.
Though. It's a skateboarding ramp trick, but he just does it without the board. That
Why
takes...
did he not see how large he is? Why do you think that he
I think he sees how large
the
he is.
aerodynamic? Like there's no way a man that large is going to fly like that much.
He could
It's
be
just-
nimble. I mean, it could happen.
No, it's not going to happen. I go surfing a lot, and I've seen a man that size actually get up on a surfboard, but they can't fly. You can surf, but you can't fly.
All right,
That's
well,
true.
maybe he needs to switch it to water. Then.
Maybe you should switch it to water. Well, that's all the links we've got netted for you guys today. Check the links to these sites and so much more when you visit our website at attackoftheshow.com.
It's time now to use our magical remote boop, and give you Layla Kaylee and the feed headlines.
Thanks, Kevin. You know, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend listening to me tell you about what's coming up in the feed. Is it true? Can there really be a release date for Halo 3? The people at Best Buy seem to think so, and I'll fill you in. Plus, some big news from the producers of Futurama. Trust me, you fans will definitely want to hear this. And finally, it's a Hollywood event as only Disney can do it. Johnny Depp and Keira Knightley walk the planet, make that the red carpet, at the Pirates premiere. I'll have all that and lots more later on in the feed. But first, back to you guys.
Oh, we.
Thanks so much, Layla. This week's box office may have been all click, but everybody is talking about Star Trek.
How can they not?
This is so exciting, guys. The franchise is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. And, Kev, rumors keep popping up that there's a new film in the works.
Yeah, and now
I'm
actually,
so excited.
Yeah, supposedly the new Helmer is J.J. Abrams, and he apparently received William Shatner's blessing to cast Matt Damon as a young
Which
Captain
I
Kirk.
think is so awesome.
Of course you would, because you love Matt Damon, but do you
And
love Star...
I do love Star Trek.
If you love Star Trek, you'd know he's not right for it.
Who would
It's
you
like,
who would you put in it?
you can't replace Shatner necessarily.
okay,
I mean, I
they're
know
going-
fans do that, and that's
But they're
cute,
going to
this is-
remake it.
You don't mess with perfection. Oh yeah, it works so well for Star Wars.
Okay,
Let's do
good
it with
point.
Star
so
Trek.
thank you. Good point.
No, it didn't work well for Star Wars at all. I thought it was miserable.
You didn't even watch the first 3 Star Wars, Kevin.
We're gonna have
I
Jar
know
Jar,
that. I
Jar,
called you
Jar
on
on the
that.
bridge. It's gonna happen, and I did see them.
Well, you know what? I love Matt Damon and I love Star Trek, so I think it's going to be great.
Well, we'll see. Obviously, a very heated discussion. Also, a memo from Babylon 5 creator J. Michael Straczynski. It showed how he's actually going to reset the Star Trek universe and start a completely new show from scratch with Kirk and Spock.
Wow.
So really, really interesting rumors going on right now.
That's really interesting. So, what do you guys think of all these changes? Will Matt Damon make a good Captain Kirk?
Nope.
Text your vote to G4TXT. That's 44898 to vote and register for AOTS live news alerts. And stay tuned for The Loop when we debate the new Star Trek world with the creator's son himself, Rod Roddenberry.
It's going to be an awesome loop. Good experts.
Exciting.
Going to want to stay.
Definitely. Plus, later in the show, we'll have your AOTS gaming news, including the latest on Prey and Halo 3.
Played the Prey all weekend.
Yep.
Made me vomit, but fun. First, though, everybody, you love him and you hate him, and you can't ever seem to throw him under the bus at work because he always rises from the dead. Here's another edition of Office Jesus.
Dude, someone stole my f***ing lunch.
It's a drag, man.
You're damn right it's a drag. You know why it's a drag? Because every day I go to that refrigerator and I put my bag in the refrigerator with Harold's lunch in it. You know how I know it's Harold's lunch? Because I take the time in the morning to write Harold on the f***ing bag. And when I go and I look for Harold's lunch, it's not there. Okay? Nobody erased it off the bag. The bag is gone. So now I got nothing to eat. Look at me. I gotta eat. I'm hungry by lunchtime, damn it, and I want my lunch. Harold's lunch is gone. Somebody's eating Harold's lunch. And when I find that guy, I'm gonna crucify him. Hey! That's Harold's lunch! Harold's lunch.
Attack.
Welcome back to a live attack of the show. Before the break, we asked you if Matt Damon would make a good Captain Kirk. Well, I said yes, and our crack team of calculator jockeys have tabulated the results, and obviously I'm in the minority because 71% of you think that Matt Damon would not make a good Captain Kirk. People are very passionate, and let's go over to Kevin and get it started.
All right, thanks, Olivia. Yeah, you know, Star Trek has its legions of loyal fans, maybe more so than any other television show in history. And right now, the Trekkie world is spinning with the rumors of J.J. Abrams casting Matt Damon as the new Captain Kirk. Opinions are divided, but one thing is certain. You know, every good Kirk needs a good Spock. So here's a rundown of some potential choices. Now, it seems that Matt Damon really can't go anywhere without his friend Ben Affleck, so Ben Affleck as Spock. I don't know, that doesn't feel right. Maybe the producers will take it a different route. Maybe they'll sex it up, you know? Get the guys interested again. Jessica Alba, perhaps? Like in the ears. She works them. Okay, how about Dave Chappelle? Of course, he's getting back into action. He might want to try and throw on the ears as well. Anybody? No, he's a little crazy. It might work out. You never know. And of course, the Trekkies don't know how to handle all of this, right? Is Star Trek headed in the right direction? Fans are heated. So why don't we just get into it already? Get ready, folks. It's The Loop. Joining us via satellite to help us make sense of everything from Los Angeles, Rod Roddenberry, independent producer and the son of the late Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. From Vermont, executive producer of Star Trek New Voyages, James Cawley. And from Los Angeles, director of Free Enterprise, producer Robert Meyer Burnett. Gentlemen, welcome to The Loop.
Hey there.
Now, Robert, I want to start with you here because Yahoo is reporting that Matt Damon might be the next Captain Kirk. First of all, do you think there's a shred of truth to that, and does it make you crazy? Are you excited? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think there could be some truth to it, but it does make me insane. There's only one Captain Kirk. There only should ever be one, and that is William Shatner as Captain Kirk.
Now, people said that about Batman and Superman and 1,000 other characters. You don't think it's possible that someone else could fit his shoes?
Those are characters that began as on the comic pages or in the pages of a novel or a book or something like that. Shatner created Kirk. Shatner is Kirk. Kirk grew old and died on Star Trek as portrayed by Bill Shatner. Nobody should ever portray Kirk ever again.
Rod, what do you think? Can he wear Shatner's toupee?
I totally disagree. Well, I don't know if he can wear the toupee, but I totally disagree with that. Star Trek's all about moving to the future. It's fine to have new characters. It's fine to bring another Kirk back. Now, it might be a different one, but you got to bring Kirk back. You got to bring all the originals back. Let's move forward.
Yes, boldly go where no one has gone before, which means no one should ever play Shatner or ever should play Kirk again. Why go into the past?
James, what do you say? You seem to disagree. Are fans ready for a new Captain Kirk?
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you the fans are dying for a new Captain Kirk. You know, we've been doing Star Trek New Voyages on the internet for 3 years now, and we thought we'd be crucified for recasting Captain Kirk. And to date, on one episode, we've had over 30 million downloads. So, yes, I think the world is ready for a new Captain Kirk.
And just think about it. If Elvis can be Captain Kirk, we can get another Captain Kirk for sure.
No, I think you got to take a page from Gene Roddenberry himself. When he recreated Star Trek in the form of the Next Generation, he went 100 years in the future. He didn't look back.
Yeah, now it seems that prequels are all the rage, though. I mean, we were talking about Star Wars earlier, half jokingly. Do you worry that they might damage what has been created for Star Trek already for the fans?
I think a prequel's a mistake. A prequel is an absolute mistake.
We saw that with Enterprise.
I'll tell you what, guys, the trick is you really have to, like I said, just keep moving forward, but you got to do it right. You always know that. Star Trek is about something. It's not just about putting big names at the top and bringing a new Kirk in. It's about the writing, and as long as you got someone like J.J. Abrams writing it, I think we're going in the right direction, no matter who plays Kirk.
I couldn't agree with you more,
but strongest when it was teaching us something and you know, getting that message across in an action adventure format, and they've gotten away from that. Let's get back to that Roddenberry philosophy of teaching the world something.
Star Trek is about boldly going where we've never gone before. Kirk and Spock, we've been there. We've seen that. Let's move into the future. Let's go forth and see what's out there, as Kirk said at the end of Star Trek.
Robert, how do you feel about J.J. Abrams, though, being at the helm? Do you
I think he's
trust him?
terrific.
Do you think it's going to be a good direction?
No, I think he can do a great job. I think he should do what Roddenberry did with Next Generation and show us something new. Take us into the future. Give us new characters, new situations, new planets, new dimensions that we haven't seen before.
I don't disagree with you at all. I don't disagree with you at all. However, if they're going to move forward with this, Star Trek's not just about science fiction. It's not just about moving into the future. It's about humanity. It's about our potential. This is why I've met thousands of people that have been inspired by Star Trek to see beyond their perceived limitations. So as long as the writing is done, I don't care who plays Kirk, and I don't care if it's a new character or not.
As long as they don't reboot the franchise, let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's get back to the basics and let's tell the story like.
No,
like
I absolutely
Ross
agree.
said.
But that's why Next Generation succeeded. You created a whole new pantheon of characters.
But
You're
we're talking
100
about
years
a different
in the future.
time now, Rob. We've had all these years of these different sequels to Star Trek, and each one of them has consistently gotten away from what the original concept was all about.
Well, Rod,
which was the voyages
Star
of the
Trek,
Enterprise.
Boldly going where no one has gone before,
That's
not where
right.
Kirk and Spock have already been.
Now, Star Trek has obviously
true.
changed dramatically, actually, since your father's creation. Do you think it's damaging to the legacy? Are you worried about that at all?
You know, I tell you what, I didn't watch much of Deep Space Nine or Voyager, but I got to give it to the executive producers, Berman and Braga, for what they did do. I know they get a lot of criticisms, and a lot of people blame them for not doing Star Trek the way my father would have done.
I
it.
do.
But you know what? My father's not here anymore, and I'm not running the show. They did it with their vision, and they still stayed true to the canon of Star Trek for the most part. They made it about something. They still dealt with social issues. Again, it wasn't what my father would have done. It's not what I would have done, and it's not what you would have done, but they did a great job. So, no, they didn't damage it. I think it's still moving forward, and it could be a lot worse, for that matter.
But, Robert, you seem to think that they could damage what has been done by rehashing, by continuing on a storyline that we've already seen before.
Well, one of the great things about the character of Kirk is he was allowed, in that fictional context of Star Trek, to grow old and die. He taught us lessons about morality and mortality. And the thing is, to go back and do that again is sort of to do a disservice to the audience. There's new stories to tell about new people that carry on the Trek legacy, just where they've never gone before.
All right, James, final word for you, sir. Really quickly, do you think fans will embrace it because it's more Star Trek, because it's something new? Do you think they'll care if it's Matt Damon or whatever the storyline happens to be?
I think they're going to embrace it as long as it's Captain Kirk, and if JJ is really smart, he'll give Shatner one more go-around at this.
All right, gentlemen, it's very clear that even Star Trek fans can agree. We're just going to have to wait and see what J.J. Abrams has planned for Star Trek. Of course, I want to thank you all, Rod, James, and Robert, for joining us and keeping us in the loop. Gentlemen, we appreciate it.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks
Of course,
for having us here, man.
Star Trek, it airs weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern right here on G4. We're saving you trouble. You don't even have to change channels. How about it? And Star Trek, The Next Generation airs weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern, also on G4. Right now, she's also on G4. It's Olivia.
Hey, still ahead, I'm unzipping your jeans or unbuttoning your khakis, whatever you're wearing, talking dirty and going in your pants. We'll have your sex advice, and we'll give you the scoop and what your favorite rodent Sonic is up to next. That and so much more in AOTS Gaming News. Stay with us.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. We are live and in charge and giving you guys what you care about. Time to head over to Kevin. He's just right over there. It's not that big of a set, and he's going to have your video game news.
I could barely hear you. This set is so giant. I don't know why she downplays
There's
it.
an echo.
Echo. Thanks, Olivia. As always, gaming is in a constant state of evolution, and you need to be kept at the forefront. Right now, we're giving you the latest in AOTS gaming news, and of course, joining me once again, it's X-Play host and gaming connoisseur, Adam Sessler. It actually says it on your business cards, right?
Yeah, connoisseur. Actually, I kind of want gourmand or game on, but I think it'll just get too complicated for the kids.
Yeah, let's not confuse the folks at
Yeah.
home. Now, PC gamers can rejoice. A free download of the Prey demo was actually released to first-person shooter fans last Thursday. Now, the Xbox Live version of the demo was supposed to hit the net on the same day. Didn't happen, though, but Prey, on the PC side of things, at least, it's letting gamers step into the shoes of a Native American character who gets sucked into an alien spacecraft and has to fight against a collection of alien races. Now, this game was announced back when Duke Nukem Forever was still a baby, which is like, I think, 42 years ago, something
like that. The wheel had just been invented,
right,
I believe.
that
yeah.
It was still primitive grunting when they announced it.
Fire. I started cooking during that time.
Did you get a chance to play it? Was it worth the wait?
It is really neat.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Here was a game that I thought, I think I'm so biased. I hear the Doom 3 engine, I think, oh, it's just being a very, boring shooter like
Cramped
Doom 3.
quarters, very dark, pulsating walls.
But this, it's a nice, sizable demo, and there's all these little touches. Like, it's really creative and inventive.
Now, what about the gravity? Did you have problems? Some people were complaining about getting vertigo and projectile vomiting onto their LCD monitors.
When the first time you do it, it's okay, and then it gets really complicated when you're, hitting certain things to actually flip the room around, and it became a little bit disorienting.
You're upside down, looking at yourself through a portal.
I would say play the game sober. That's what I would recommend.
Which is very tough for professionals like you and I.
Yes, exactly. I have to numb myself.
We numb the pain
exactly.
of the gig. All right, the final build of the game is set for a July 10th release date for both PC and hopefully for the 360 as well. I'd love to actually play it on the 360.
I'm hoping it's going to look good and it's going to run on the 360.
I'm sure it will. Now, next up, the game industry celebrated a 15th birthday for one of its most beloved mascots. That's right, folks. Sega's Sonic the Hedgehog is officially the oldest blue-footed hedgehog in history, turning 15 years old as of last Friday. Now, with 4 new Sonic games on the way, both for next-gen and handheld, the little guy refuses to run away from gamers' wallets, apparently. Adam, were you wearing a party hat?
I was wearing a party hat. The problem is that, the next anniversary would be the 10th anniversary of Sonic games sucking. So
that's the thing. Like, is he still relevant? Like, at first it was cool because he was like the anti-Mario, but at this point now, isn't it kind of over?
It's Shadow the Hedgehog was such an abomination of a game. It's just, I don't know. Yuji Naka kind of really started to lose it.
He did.
You know, the chicken game. I can't remember what that game was called, but it's like,
that was the Billy Hatcher and the quest for the giant egg and suck.
But it's look, I want to go fast and I play Sonic. And every time they do it, they add something on. There's adventure mode in it, or like Sonic Heroes. I don't want to play the
raise little pets.
I want to play Sonic going fast. Period. I want to collect rings.
That's it.
That's it.
Give the man some ring collection, Sonic, please.
Just a ring or two.
All right, I'm over the Sonic. Finally, the release date for Sony's first Blu-ray player was pushed back to October 25th at an estimated cost of $1,000. Sony's first player will hit store shelves about 2 weeks before the launch of the $600 PlayStation 3. Now, during a recent press conference, Sony CEO Howard Stringer admitted that the price of the PlayStation 3 was high, but that consumers were paying for potential, which is how I justify it's how I justify my paycheck for this company. But is it going to pay off? This sounds fishy. Like, are they trying to pull something?
Happening. I don't understand. How can Sony keep on bringing out bad news? I mean, I
but
checked what the stocks are at, but my God, I mean, it's like I would not hold Sony stock right now.
They have big press releases that trumpet their bad news. Like, hey, we're holding it back. Woo! No,
it's nuts. Maybe it has something to do with the PS3 that they want to dump it all on the market at the same time. They're trying
but if you're a consumer and you have a choice, $1,000 Blu-ray player or $600 Blu-ray player that also plays games, is there really a decision to be made?
That's the part that makes me suspicious. I mean, are we not getting as strong a Blu-ray player inside the PS3? They're not being very explicit about it. I mean, look, that's such a big question mark, and it seems so ludicrous that I feel like there has to be something that we're not getting.
I guess we'll have to wait till October to find out. But for now, Adam, thank you for keeping us up to date.
My pleasure.
With the gaming news. Everybody, make sure to tune in every Monday right here where we'll continue to cover the hottest gaming news around. But it's time now to head over to Olivia.
Thanks so much, Kevin and Adam. Lots more still ahead. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up next, our sexperts take a trip in your pants.
I sure hope you guys remember to bring a towel.
Then we sit down with Master of Horror, John Landis. Attack is coming right back.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. Coming up, you better have your protection ready, folks, because Olivia is going in your pants and she's talking sex. It'll be a little mumbled, so unzip. Make sure to tune in later this week, though, because it'll be Live Music Thursday, presented by Dentyne Ice. And our band this week is Alien Ant Farm. Rock! But right now, let's go over to Olivia.
Want to know the source of that burning, itching that you feel? Well, it's in your pants. Anna David has written for magazines like Stuff and Playboy and Details, and she's here to grace you with her presence to answer your questions. Let's go to our first question.
How much does size really matter?
Okay, that's kind of creepy, and I think he said, does size really matter?
I think that's what he said.
Well, if he's talking about eyebrow size, it's disgusting. He needs to trim them. But size does matter. It matters.
Any woman who says it doesn't is lying to save your ego.
And the girls who say, oh, I'm so small, and it's good to have a small guy, it's a vagina. I mean, it's, come on, like.
The thing is, it doesn't really just have to do with size, because the men with the big sizes are confident. Yes.
Yes. But come on. Okay. Wait, hold on. I hung out with this guy once, and he was so confident and so sexy.
And he was tiny, and it shocked you.
Oh, my gosh. So it did matter.
I know, it does matter. And I mean, here's the thing. It's really more about width and length, which is, I think people are confused about that. They talk about like how long they are. It's about girth and width.
Okay, but you don't want like a short, chubby one.
You don't want a short, chubby one. But okay, look, it matters. I mean, we've all had that experience of sort of really liking somebody and thinking it's all great and then seeing that. And the thing is, when it's a guy with a really small one, you sort of expect him to say something. You know, but he says nothing.
And then it's amazing. And then I remember one time I saw one that was so small. I kid you not. The honest to God question in my head was, does it actually work? Like I didn't understand how it could be that small and work.
I know.
So sizes matter. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but you know,
what are you gonna do? If not, then be good at other things. Be good at. There's so many other things you can do. And
yes, exactly.
Yeah. So on to our next question.
So I met this new girl online, and I think I can get her, but she says she has crabs. Are crabs really that bad? I mean, it's sort of cool. Sort of cool, good conversation, but are they really that bad? Thanks, Anna.
Okay, first of all, Baghead has a lot of diseases. That's his like thing on our show.
Oh, really?
He comes on, he's got a lot of stuff. You don't even want. If you ever see Baghead out, walk the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
or wear a
crabs.
condom.
Wait.
So okay, first of all, the girl can get rid of crabs. Crabs only takes like 72 hours to get rid of.
Yeah, but then you have crabs.
Well, okay, it's really, is it bad for you? It's bad for your mental health to know you have creepy, crawly things.
It's like having lice or something. But
it's having lice. They're not the same thing as head lice.
Okay, you just said if you see Baghead, use a condom, but you can get crabs even if you use a condom.
You can get crabs from a toilet seat. But the thing is, crabs, it doesn't have any long-term, repercussions, but, you have to take the medication and have the little knit comb, wash all the bedding, all the clothes.
It's like a mustache comb over down there?
I haven't actually seen one firsthand, I'm happy and proud to say. But so is it that bad for you? Have her get the crabs treated and then go meet her.
Okay, Baghead, treat your crabs. And on to our last question.
Hey, yo, what up, Anna and Olivia? I got a question for you. See, my girlfriend has this cheerleader's costume that she wore for Halloween last year, and I kind of want to wear it in the bedroom, with some pigtails and whatnot, but she thinks it's sick and I'm obsessed with teenage girls. But I'm not. I'm obsessed with her. Is she right? Is there something wrong with me?
Well, I mean, Charlie Sheen doesn't think so. That was his big thing.
Charlie Sheen is disgusting.
Okay, but the thing is, look, I think in terms of role playing in bed, I don't think that's sick and perverted and weird.
No.
If you can only sort of get excited if she's in some kind of little schoolgirl uniform, that's one thing.
The cheerleader uniform, I totally understand, but the pigtail thing kind of throws me off. That's weird.
I think
Unless it's a Britney Spears, like that whole schoolgirl thing, that's where they're getting it from. But
well, look, I think that people need to want to spice up their sex life better than sort of trying group sex or bringing other people into it or having a menage a trois. Why not play around with what you've got? And if you've got a cheerleader's uniform,
So tell her you're not a pervert, put on a band uniform, and you guys are good to go.
Ask her about her fantasies.
Okay.
And teach her, that you can sort of,
be open to them too.
Exactly.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, Anna.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure to send me your sex and relationship video questions. You want me to go in your pants, right? Well, then ask anything. Just make sure it's sex related. Just go to g4tv.com/video voicemail. And to find out more about Anna David, go to annadavid.com. And now, here's Layla with the feed.
Thank you, Olivia. Want to know what's going on in the world? Then watch CNN. But if you want to hear the stuff that really matters, then let's start the feed. Well, it's official. The execs at Microsoft say there will be no price drop for the Xbox 360 this holiday season. It'll still cost you around $300 to be a member of the Next Gen Club, but that's still a lot cheaper than the PS3. And while you're at the store paying full retail for that Xbox, you might as well pick up a copy of Halo 3. The people at Best Buy are saying that Halo 3 will be released on November 16, 2006. That's this year, which means you might be controlling Master Chief on Christmas morning. That's very nice. I hope Best Buy's right about this one. Fanboys, your prayers have been answered. Futurama is coming back. And not just in reruns either. I'm talking brand new episodes here. Matt Groening and David X. Cohen have signed up to make 13 new shows of the cult hit. This marks the second time fans have pulled the show from extinction into production. First it was Family Guy, now this. Let's see if we can do it with that Mr. T cartoon. I love Mr. T. Your porno fantasies have come true. No, not the one about you and that sheep. The one about Playboy buying Jenna Jameson's company. Playboy now owns Club Jenna, proud distributors of such titles as The Masseuse and Jenna Loves Rocco. No word on how much Playboy paid for the super sexy adult star, but it's rumored to be one of the biggest deals in the history of the adult industry. The internet is ruining your social life, at least that's what researchers at Duke University are saying. Thanks to sites like MySpace, Friendster, and Facebook, people don't have as many actual real-world friends. Just because 500 strippers from Miami are on your buddy list, it doesn't mean you get actual FaceTime with them. And according to Duke scientists, that's the problem. The internet has started replacing hanging out with your buddies. So that's no good. I say prove them wrong, call up your mates tonight and go out for a pint. And finally, Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest had its world premiere at the happiest place on earth this weekend, and G4 was there. We partied down at Disneyland with stars like Johnny Depp, Orlando Bloom, and Keira Knightley as they celebrated the release of Captain Jack Sparrow's latest adventure.
Yo ho, yo ho, attack of the show!
It's the premiere of Pirates of the Caribbean 2. And fans by the thousands invade Disneyland for the longest red carpet event in history.
People had been telling me how huge this was going to be, but I didn't realize it was going to be anything like this. I mean, it's just so amazing.
It's just very sweet, you know, this kind of support, you know, for the film and for these characters. It's very touching.
We've been working for 2 years on this movie, and tonight's the night for everybody just to relax and enjoy it.
Gord did a fantastic job, you know, Johnny nails it again, and, you know, it's fantastic to be a part of it.
And at the end of the carpet, celebrities on deck were given the maiden voyage of an updated version of the Pirates of the Caribbean adventure.
It all started with the ride. That was the idea to launch the movie and the second movie, and it's all based on that ride.
I'm in the ride, apparently, that I better be good because, you know, I'm going to be freaking out young children for generations to come.
Can you live with this?
You know, I think there's something about pirates, you know, in all of us, and just kind of breaking the rules. It's what rock and roll is. It's, you know, question authority, you know, and I think it just resonates, you know. There's something inside, there's like a child inside all of us that just wants to kind of jump on the bed and go insane.
With that opening up just a few days after Superman, it's shaping up to be one crazy summer. And that's all for today's riveting installment of The Feed. Check out g4tv.com for even more news and info. Now do some deep breathing exercises because you just been fed. Now back to you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Layla. Folks, we have a lot more ahead. Just stay with us because we're just about ready to start the attack.
Next, an in-depth look at Bryan Singer's Superman. And then, Master of Horror, John Landis, breaks down his latest movie.
Hello?
Attack of the Show will be right back.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome back to a live Attack of the Show. It is officially Superman week, and Blair Butler caught up with Brandon Routh, Kate Bosworth, Kevin Spacey, and Bryan Singer.
Lucky.
Man, she's so lucky. Okay, here's an inside look at your favorite blockbuster of the summer.
You do realize that unless your next role is God, it's going to be hard to top this one, right?
That's very funny. Yeah. You really don't get any bigger than Superman, than I guess God.
Gods are selfish beings who fly around in little red capes and don't share their power with mankind.
Just like we left them 20 years ago, Lex Luthor is still bald and pissed, and the Man of Steel keeps saving the day. So why all the excitement over Bryan Singer's latest Superman movie?
You're not seeing the big picture here.
Superman's returning. He's kind of gone away to see if he can find some things out about himself. But he didn't really maybe say goodbye or do all the things he said he was supposed to when he left.
Well, you're back. And everyone seems to be pretty happy about it.
Not everyone.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you've been gone. Fearless reporter Lois Lane is a mommy.
In this movie, you play a woman who has a kid and is over Superman. Are you sure you're Lois Lane?
Yeah, one would ask themselves. I moved on. So did the rest of us. I thought that was really interesting to have Superman come back to Earth and instead of it being the same relationship and the same complexities, there's a whole load of wrenches thrown in.
See anything familiar? See an old man's sick joke.
Actually, Superman 3 and 4 kind of seemed like sick jokes to me. So I was interested to see how Bryan Singer's version fit into the earlier Christopher Reeve series.
This film kind of sequelizes the first two films.
Right, so the Donner stuff.
Yeah, the Richard Donner. Very much inspired by that, but at the same time, it's a more modern story, more modern romance.
But it's good to know that some things never change.
Is it somewhat gratifying to be the guy that gets to sort of give Superman a bit of a beatdown?
Yeah, I mean, Bryan really wanted this Lex Luthor to be absolutely vicious.
Now fly.
He really was determined that it feel real and scary for an audience at times, that Superman might actually not win.
Superman not win? Yeah, right. But I guess we won't know for sure until June 28th, when it hits the big screen.
Wait for it.
Oh, I'm so excited to see that.
I really want to see this movie.
I wasn't excited at first, but I had some friends go see it, and they said there's this amazing scene that you just, like, it's ridiculous what they do.
I heard, hey, it's like the first one, but bigger and better,
yeah.
and that's enough for me. I still want to see it.
Yeah, definitely enough.
We're going to have even more for you tomorrow when we get down to the nitty-gritty with Bryan Singer.
Stay with us. Up next, we're talking with legendary director John Landis and his son about working together on the Masters of Horror. Stay with us.
What's going on here?
Welcome back, everybody. Now, your weeknights at midnight, they just got a little more, what's the word?
Stimulating?
Stimulating, yes, because we have your Midnight Spank, the late night block right here on G4.
Tonight on G4's Late Night Peep Show, peep inside for the fastest, funniest, most dangerous assault of animation. We could sneak past the censors. Here's a look at Monkey versus Robot. They're mortal enemies and square off in a battle royale like this.
Good.
Tonight's episode of Shorts is from the top animators around the world, including Happy Tree Friends, Duke Tunes, Monkey vs. Robot, and the Foo Cone.
Aren't those fun to say?
They are. I love saying them.
That's tonight on Midnight. Spank, folks, it's G4's Late Night Peep Show following Brainiac. Trust us, it's way better than watching lame talk shows. Almost better than infomercials, too. Right now, let's go over to Zach, who's talking horror with a legendary director and his screenwriting son.
Thanks, guys. Now, if your dad is a legendary filmmaker, what do you do when he says, "Son, I want you to write my next screenplay"? What do you think? Joining us live via satellite is John Landis, who asked his son Max just that. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not sure if I've ever heard of this before, a father and a son working on the same film project together. Is it true that you guys didn't originally agree on what the premise of the movie was going to be?
Yes, that's very true. My father, first of all, let me tell you how appreciative I am of this. My father, I've been writing since I was little, said to me, "You know, Max, I want you to do this, but it has to be something, it has to be a Masters of Horror that could take place in the Northwest."
The Pacific Northwest.
Because they were filming in Vancouver. So I went out and bought this amazing book called Field Guide to North American Monsters. And I was like, "Dad, okay, we can do this, or this, or this." And I had one called The Dover Demon that I was really excited about. So I'm flipping to Dover Demon, and I pass Deer Woman. My dad sees this image of a woman with deer legs and goes, "Well, what's that?" And I was like, "Just ignore that." And he was like, no, a deer woman.
The deer woman is a Native American mythological creature who essentially is a succubus. She is this magnificent girl, but she's a deer from the thighs down, and she seduces men and then murders them brutally, which I thought would be perfect for Max.
Hey, did you guys have any like major conflicts, or did you guys pretty much get along real well?
The
on
ending.
So Max White, Max was...
You see this face is a serious face.
He didn't like the ending.
I wrote an ending.
He was wrong.
I was, admittedly, a lot of people like this ending. I'll open up to that because my father really knows.
This is what you do when you promote a DVD, is you discuss a disagreement about the DVD.
Well, yeah, because...
You're not helping us, Zach.
Well, clearly you must both have women issues, though. I mean, is a man-killing psycho deer woman a fear
Actually,
you share?
originally, when I heard the myth, I thought, what a misogynistic
Wait a
weird
minute.
myth.
You have never met a man-killing psycho deer woman?
Oh, I have. I just don't like to talk about it.
When you see a woman and you think, I'm unworthy of that woman, it's true.
It's survival instincts.
It's God's way of telling you, don't go there.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. The Masters of Horror Deer Woman is out on DVD tomorrow.
Thanks so much, Zach. Hey, guys, stay right where you are. We are not done with Star Trek just yet.
No.
Yeah, we're going to talk with you about it, so you guys stay tuned. They're not leaving, are they?
No, they're right there.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
If only they knew what happens during the commercials on this set.
Someone just cursed at me.
You totally...
Someone is dead.
You deserved it, by the way. All right, folks, let's check our video voicemail. First up is Faye from Texas.
Faye in Princeton, Texas. So they're making another Star Trek movie. Does anybody other than the Trekkies care?
And they say we haven't been hitting the demo hard enough. I mean,
that is our demo.
Look what Fastlane does for your viewers. I mean,
Fastlane and Ed the Sock.
Ed the Sock. She's
Party.
a big Ed the Sock fan. Actually, do you think anybody but Trekkies care?
I think that people besides Trekkie, I don't think they care. Like, I love it, and I'm kind of a Trekkie, and I do care. But I think at the end, it's like they said, if it's good writing and it's put together well, everybody will love it.
The Trekkies, they're going to line up tomorrow anyways for the new movie. But if you get a Matt Damon or you get something interesting going on there, you get a J.J. Abrams, maybe that'll attract a new audience.
Same thing,
That's all the time we have for the old video voicemail. Thank you, Faye, for that submission.
Thank you so much. Stay with G4 all night. Up next, we've got back-to-back episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. Then at 10, back-to-back man shows followed by interactive Star Trek. And, of course, we end the night, oh so right, with an all-new episode of Brainiac and G4's Late Night Peep Show.
Now, coming up on Wednesday, I don't know if you've heard about this, but this is true, folks. We're going to have a ninja slice up a live steer, and then we're going to barbecue it.
Wait, a live steer?
Yeah, a live steer. Sliced by a ninja, and we're going to barbecue it on the back of a flaming human. And I mean a human on fire, not like a WeHo chef.
You're lying.
No, I'm dead serious. Going to happen on Wednesday. You're not going to want to miss it.
I'll be here for that. That's amazing. You guys, that's our show. Good night.
Moo.
Slice. Okay.
It's going to be awesome.